sorry, with the continuously checking up on what's going on and the greater interest we've been having in what we're doing, that's the only reason why I bring it up.
No, that's a
It's been a fun day, guys.
all around.
Every day's a fun day. That's John.
I know it's been years.
Sorry.
That's the only nice thing about the, when you have the Zoom meetings, I can see
Right.
every meeting
Yep.
and then I don't have to worry about it.
Put these packets together.
Enough room.
I know, that's.
Right?
It's our public
Yeah.
night.
Plus, I'm playing golf tomorrow.
A little brave. Still gonna be a little wet, no matter where you play.
Turkey finished, right?
All right, close enough.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll call the meeting to order, and Leslie, roll call.
Sure. Let's see, Dietrich,
Here.
Schaefer,
Here.
Garlic,
Here.
Lindberg,
Here.
and Scott's excused.
All right, any additions, deletions to the agenda?
No.
No?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, on
Yes, there is.
new business number, it's listed,
You spoke too soon.
if I may interject.
You got to speak up quicker, John, if you want to say yes.
Got to speak up, yes, sir. New business number 2, in regards to section 1135.05A. Thank you.
Technical error.
There's some wording that needs to be adjusted and needs to be run by this committee first before council on Thursday. Thank you.
All right, item 3, the approval of minutes, April 6th, 2021 meeting.
Move their approval.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. We call the roll on that, or is it just all in favor? I guess
All in favor?
all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right. No public hearings. Old business. Lot split, federal improvement / airport. And we talked about this the last time. John?
Yes, so.
Summary here?
Yes, it's been the topic of discussion the last couple meetings. Reviewed it informally, and I know Tom Lee did a lot of work in regards to writing the ordinance so it could be put through council. Essentially, it's a lot split for federated improvement regarding parcel number 19-043400, where parcel D, an approximately 7.7 acre irregularly shaped lot, will ultimately be sold to Geauga County Airport Authority for an additional buffer space. And that's color blue on the map that's up on the TV there, monitor. Village of Middlefield Council authorized such split by ordinance number 21-116, where such split will remain a separate parcel. Tom Capello, our Village of Middlefield engineer, approved the proposed lot split on May 4th, 2021. And additionally, in the future, the green area just to the north of the blue lot split subject area for today will be known as parcel C2, will be split into 2 parcels, and that's a graphic of that is represented in your package, and that is also up on the screen at this time. A west parcel, lot C-1-1, a 6.8 acre parcel, which is indicated in light green in the color slide. And did I say slide? I meant visual, flashing back to the 70s, I think. And east parcel, lot C-1-2, a 25.66 acre parcel, which is in dark green. Those will be in the future splits. And the ingress and egress for the lots, for those lots will be provided via easement, and that's also indicated in sheet 2 of 2 in your packet.
So that easement's not recorded yet, right?
No,
Forthcoming.
it's still our property.
Go ahead, Dave, go ahead.
I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding in that.
I'm sorry,
the
could you,
plan-
I apologize, but could you state your name for the?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave Ford, President of the Federal Improvement Company. So the lot split that we're requesting is just the parcel for the airport, shown in blue there. The remainder parcel is going to be kept intact because the plan that was shown there was for a new company who was going to come to town, and we went to work and designed a building and got pretty far down the road with expenses, and then they pulled out. So at this point, the overall plan is essentially that the back-to-back building is planned to move over to the west, but we don't have anything going on that right this moment. We are going to, and my board authorized this weekend, the extension of the roadway, put in the utilities so that we can maintain the opportunity to build a building for somebody when they come our way. We are in discussion with 2 tenants and a couple of probables, not firm, for the first of the 2 buildings shown on that to the east, which would be 38,500 square feet as designed and approved by planning and your engineers before. And that's all part of the permit that we're going to extend the roadway under and keep it moving. And the fortunate thing is that the excavator is going to be working at the airport this summer, so we've got resources planned, and we're just finalizing the numbers now.
So the light green and dark green are staying one parcel.
It is one parcel.
So that's, the issue's negated, right? I mean, you're concerned about a piece of property that didn't have ingress or egress. If he leases one parcel, it's got ingress and egress.
Well, the lot split, the blue lot split still necessitates, under the current ordinance, necessitates a maintenance easement to make clear who's going to maintain the property down the road, and who's going to maintain the roadway. So that has to be clarified as part of doing the lot split. In other words, who bears responsibility for
The
doing it?
roadway is not going to impede on that parcel at all,
The
the
blue,
split parcel.
who's going to maintain the blue parcel roadway?
There is no roadway there.
Roadway. It's the strip of land.
It's the buffer.
That's just a strip of land.
Airport buffer.
It's 50 feet. Tom, I'm going to test your memory a little bit. This goes back to Jan, when the crosswind runway was proposed, and that was thrown out because FAA would never fund it. That's when the airport decided the center line of their runway was too close to the northern property, and frankly, I've held that land since, well, 1984 was the first record in my corporate records about reserving that. We could have sold it to Tarquette and some of the adjacent properties, but didn't, in honor of the commitment that we made to the airport.
Okay, well, if and when you do a split on the green parcel, which is currently an existing parcel,
Correct.
if you do a split on that, and because you have a roadway that leads to it that's a private road, you're gonna have to delineate who has the maintenance for that.
Okay.
I realize that goes back to before there. The blue parcel has frontage on 608, so that doesn't
Right.
affect that particular lot split. But there's a new ordinance that was put in place for industrial, that to do lot splits that don't have frontage, and that are utilizing a private road, we want to make sure that who's going to maintain the road is specified as part of the lot split, so that down the road, if the developer winds up being out of the picture, the road maintenance issues are clarified. Because otherwise, then you have a bunch of property owners that say, hey, somebody's got to take care of this road, and then you know where they're,
Got a bunch now.
yeah. You know where they're pointing. If-
Saying that whole drive is private, I mean, it's like,
Right. So that will be an issue if the green ever starts to get
Correct.
split, as to figuring out
I-
what that happens.
I understand, and
As
we'll
federal
address it.
owns less and less land, that's obviously something that's going to have to be dealt with.
And I could say for the foreseeable future, we intend to develop the rest of the property as our company, leasing to tenants and hopefully growing more business in the community.
so where are you going to extend the road, Dave?
The part that is, the first leg comes down from South Parkway, around the bend to the east, to that turnaround.
At a cul-de-sac, you got in the green,
That is,
dark green.
that will be a temporary asphalt cul-de-sac, but the concrete road, per the specifications we gave you before.
Right.
That's all our plan. And then if something happens on the green parcel, they'll have driveway access off of that circle, or we extend the road further if needed. But it just depends on how that lays out. And I can go as far as, it's about 700, almost 800 feet of road extension and utilities, so that when we build the first building, that the second site will have access and utilities.
Where do the sewer and water lines run there?
They will run from, well, sewer and water, sewer is gonna run by gravity to Industrial Parkway, where it's already connected through South Parkway. Then the North Parkway, right across from where all the air handling equipment for Craftmate is our pump station, and that pumps up to South State Street. And water obviously is coming the other way. Stormwater would go northeast and into the existing open ditches and creeks after the requisite retention and detention.
That lighter green area, is that a natural retention area?
That building was a different layout than the building that we'd planned to put there originally. So our detention basin will actually go up a little further and wrap around the corner of the buildings to maximize the footprint on the site with the required detention.
So tonight, we're just looking at the 7.7, which will be conveyed to the county commissioners.
Correct.
And then the remainder parcel.
Right, and we signed the contract with the commissioners this morning. And the report is that the FAA is ready to fund as soon as they get all their paperwork in line, and they expect to close sometime in July. I'll believe it when I see it, but
Yeah.
So at this point, there really are no
Yeah, the
remaining.
complexity's gone. I mean,
Yeah.
right, and
there's no landlocked property that we're worried about.
Right.
It's like,
correct.
Right.
Other questions?
Anything else on that? or-
could have zoomed in for this.
One
Miss your
time.
company?
I don't
No.
presume.
Good, I seriously hope that what you have conceptually develops. Obviously, we'd like to see growth.
Right.
And I'm glad the airport got what they wanted. We were able to accommodate them. It's a shame to have them survey the whole thing when they're on limited funds anyhow, so it worked out well, so. Good. Hope it's a win-win-win.
So far, so good.
All right,
Are you able to
What are the
divulge the
restriction
nature
on
of the
the
tenant that's looking to move in?
Well, nothing is firm.
Restriction on that
And
blue parcel, right? We better
We,
bring that up.
we may just build it spec, just to see if, because there is such a shortage of space in Geauga County. But with availability of materials, steel is back ordered, and pricing, it's a touch and go situation.
So it's an if they build it, or if you build it, they will come.
Well, that's the gamble. And I've always much rather have at least a firm indication rather than a signed lease, but we're talking to enough people that I think it might be time.
we get multiple calls for somebody needs 5,000 feet, 3,000 feet, and I think you can make, Chuck's done very well with that Newberry property with flex space.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of make it this big or this big or this bigger. And I think if somebody, and I don't have the wherewithal, but if you put a building up, 35,000 square foot building, we're able to give somebody 5,000 feet that they felt secure in, somehow they know it's theirs. I think it would,
Well, that's the model that
I think it would rent.
we have followed with all of the buildings we built. They
Right.
were initially multi-tenant, and they can end up
Right.
being taken over by somebody with a stronger person.
Right.
But we haven't had a vacancy in years. So.
Right. Yeah, I know. Just,
One thing we did talk about last month, and that is because it's such an odd parcel and it is non-buildable, that we'd like to make sure there's a deed restriction on there acknowledging that it's a non-buildable parcel,
blue.
on the blue parcel.
Okay.
Just-
I think that's something we can work out with the airport,
Yeah.
because they don't have any intention to build on it.
They don't, and they've acknowledged that already. They acknowledged that at the last meeting. And it's not anything anybody doesn't know now, but 10 years from now, some guy's going to say, oh, I've got this parcel, and maybe if the airport goes away or something like that happens, someone's going to say, you've got to let me build on this, and that way we just.
Because it's a standalone lot.
Yeah, we avoid that problem of, you created this lot, you now.
I thought the airport was going to consolidate all the property into
No.
one lot.
No,
That's the reason they came down. They didn't want to pay to have it surveyed
right.
to make it into one lot. We initially requested that. They came back and said, please don't make us spend the money. And then we thought, well, if we can do the restriction,
Right.
leave it alone.
I have no objection to that.
Yeah. So, and they don't either, so.
Yeah, it's just simpler to do it when you do the one conveyance.
By the time somebody challenges it, we won't be here, so.
Yeah, there's that, but.
I can get you a new one, but because that shows the design.
I don't have it right now.
Okay.
So.
Thanks, nice seeing you.
Thank
Anything
you.
else?
Appreciate it.
So we have the village engineer's approval. We've got county tax map department approval. Anything else, John? Looks like we're ready? All right. Someone want to make a motion to approve the split?
I'll make that.
Subject to the
Restriction
deed restriction being
Build restriction on the blue area.
included on the
on the deed?
lot split deed.
Yep. Is there a second then?
I'll second it.
Seconded? Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion carried.
Motion on the lot split, Leslie. I'm not sure. Do you have your mic on, Carissa?
Yes.
Okay, in case you didn't hear it on tape. Did she
Motion
say-
to approve it with the deed restriction. Okay. All right. All right. New business, 14960 South State Avenue, Circle K Outdoor Storage, materials and equipment. John, you've got a little synopsis on this one?
Yes, Dave. This is their second round of having this permit in place. So they applied to renew. It's very similar to, they haven't changed the footprint. They basically market some propane fuel out there, some water and ice. And once in a while, they might put another special thing out there, but that's pretty much it. Right in front of the building. Existing pictures are in your packet. So,
What's the request?
request for,
I know it's outside storage, what's changing?
nothing's changed. It's basically the same footprint as last round, last 2 years.
It's been
Extension.
They're just renewing?
They reapplied. They can reapply for the open storage and display material and equipment.
It renews, I have to teach myself. It renews every couple years, so it has to come back to committee per the ordinances for approval. I think it was set up that way in case something happened where it became a little sketchy with what they
So
were
I
storing.
haven't been down there in a while, to that location. So I always go west of town. But last time I was there, it looked like a landfill outside that store with cigarette butts. It just looked unclean to me. And I really think the comment should be made to them that that's got to be maintained as well. We give outside storage, but it needs to be maintained as well.
Okay.
That's a good point, Mayor, and I think one thing has changed since last round is I see a trash barrel out front.
Maybe it's improved. I haven't been in a while, but the last time I was there, it jumped out at me. It's like, this is really unattended. So,
There's a lot
that's-
of foot traffic in front of there,
Yeah.
and you do see people congregating there, people from the restaurant down the way and so forth, so,
Yeah.
yeah,
maybe
it's,
put an ash or one of those smoke stations up or whatever it is, but it's like, it just looked like the wind blew everything up against the building. It's like, how long's it been swept? So
they should be cleaning up the outside.
I just say, we're granting permission outside storage. Along with that, we require that the area be maintained.
Yeah.
So if
we
it's
can
not
make that-
maintained,
We could make that special note in the granting of the 2-year permit.
And they've added the trash cans and things outside
maybe it's
too.
better. I don't know, but if it's not, it needs to be.
Some days are better than others.
I think it's, this plaza historically, since I've been here, has been a challenge. While the bar is raising a little bit on what they're improving there, it needs constant maintenance, and I'm constantly telling the operator to implement things, and so we got to just,
Say when I walk by the Metzenbaum Special Hands and the chiropractor, that place is neat as a pin. Every time I go by there, I don't see anything. It's neat as a pin. And when I go by there, so it can be done, and it require of your tenants. You hire someone to do it. I know Harrington Square's got a guy that does that every day. So either the tenants do it or you do it. I don't care who, but to me, it's unacceptable. I see they finally replaced the glass. I saw that yesterday or today, I think. It's been out for 3 months, 4 months. So, all right. Yeah, we're willing to work with them. They got to work with us too. That's my
Yeah.
point.
understood.
All right. So we need a motion and with that comment in the motion? Or do
Yes.
you want, okay. Someone want to make that motion then?
So move.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. Next item, section 113505A. And we've got a correction there.
Yes, I was using this section of the code because I found an error that happened. And I noticed that it states that we have bi-monthly meetings and we don't. So I just wanted to make sure that it reflects what we actually are having. So have it just by saying the nearest regularly scheduled meeting. Tom felt that would be the best way to have that read. So if you could just recommend this to council so that they can start their readings on it as well, it would be appreciated.
Never had bi-monthly meetings.
I was gonna say, I don't think we ever had those.
I don't know where it came from, but I just happen to be in this section, so.
Well, this month there is, right? Isn't there one next week?
Yeah, the 18th.
Well, that's semi-monthly.
That's the reason why we're having it, so.
Right,
Bi-monthly is once,
bi-monthly, I don't know about
is
that.
once every other month.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Actually, if you look up the definition, it can be interpreted either way.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, straightforward enough then. So, need a motion on that.
I'll
Your
make a
turn.
motion.
Rest of one of these.
Motion, second,
I'll second it.
seconded. Any other discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. Utility easement, what's this?
Yeah, this is the lot split that we worked on last month that was approved regarding Harrington Family Limited Partnership. They recently worked on their utility easement, and they wanted to let the planning commission know that they followed through on that and got that at the point of getting this recorded, so.
How wide is that easement, John?
Pardon me?
How wide is that easement?
Let's see, L 12,
Well,
25 feet. No, I'm sorry. It is 12 feet wide.
parallel to the road right away. Yeah. Okay.
You can see the new one is in bold lines to the north, where the existing easement kind of wrapped around. It didn't allow for good access for the proposed one or two buildings that would be in that north part, the remainder parcel. So,
Do we have any takers for the other area around that turn? I believe the car wash is going on the one end lot nearest the Walmart. Are the other parcels, have we got any tentative folks?
So
found?
he left
Not
the
at this
one,
time.
he left the remainder as one parcel,
correct.
and he does have some interest in it. I saw him today, so, yeah, he's glad he didn't split it because the interest is going to require the whole parcel, so.
We should charge him extra for that review fee that was done.
What's that?
So we should charge him extra for that idea.
Oh, I think it was yours if I remember right.
Just saying.
He said Leslie finally had a good idea.
One every 7 years, guys, get excited.
And taken care of, I believe, yeah.
Do we know what kind of business they're talking about for there?
No.
Okay, I'd heard a rumor about
Yeah.
a particular.
If I
food.
said it'd be a rumor, it'd be another rumor, so I don't
Yeah.
want to. Excuse me.
The most,
We have
po-
two rumors.
it's the most polite word in the English language, no.
My charade's a good representation.
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying.
So what we'll do with this information, we'll give it to the village engineer, so he'll have it when he reviews the next step in that development of that site, so.
Good.
So this is just an acknowledgement that this has been,
Yeah.
Correct.
no action.
No, not required.
All right, the pending Ace Hardware?
Yeah, we talked about this last month too in regards to the bulk propane sales. They haven't come forward with a proposal as of yet, but it's in queue, so it's pending at this point. So we're waiting for them to come in with an application, and then we'll bring it back to this committee to review where they're going to place it, and so this committee can provide input.
There's going to be some conversation, I believe, with the fire department regarding any concerns they may have. Have those
Right.
taken place?
Well, we don't have their proposal as of yet, but when that does,
Okay.
we'll share that information to get their input.
Got a new owner there.
Yeah, I saw that.
At Ace?
You know them?
I don't,
I don't either. I mean, I know who they are, but I don't know them.
they're out
So,
of Solon, aren't you?
Warren Solon, I think. So,
That's the information that I was digging up.
yeah.
I don't know.
So far, I mean, it's encouraging the money it's sold for, so maybe there's more to it than, yeah, it is.
More than an acre there. So, I don't know.
There's 4 acres there.
A good price per acre over there.
Yeah.
I think those leases had something to do with it.
I don't know. That's,
'Cause it's prime location too.
it is. It's a good location. It's got some expansion room in the back.
Yep.
So someone saw value in it. Okay.
Zoning inspector report, John?
Yes. Well, we had 16 requests for permits, 13 were issued. So 2, based on what occurred tonight, 2 more will be issued with the lot split and the outdoor storage. So we'll have, like 1 more remaining, I believe, 1 or 2 more remaining, so. As far as getting the properties improved this season, construction season, letters were issued, the third sheet, letters were issued April 6th, and you could see that the improvements are beginning already with the weather getting better and people cleaning the algae off their siding, and so. If anybody's got any questions or.
Good.
Do you feel like you have enough time, John, to do inspections?
Yeah, I get out, once a week. I usually get out. I did Sector 2, which is the, southeast quadrant of the village, with 87 and North and South State being the intersection of the quadrant. And it looks pretty good. I didn't see any majors there, just maybe a couple algae off the sidings, and, that's pretty much it. So,
It's nice to get it early because they've got time to improve it. If you do
Yeah.
it in September and October, it's like,
that's what I'm trying to do every month, do a sector, and then they've got time to get things implemented.
All right. Anything else? No? So, special Zoom meeting at noon, May 18th?
That's
on the
correct.
Driveway.
It's a driveway in Glen Valley. Yeah, he needs to, it's one of those houses that has a single car garage, and hence their driveway is very narrow. So he wants to add on to the driveway, and he come within 2 feet of the north property line, so requires a special approval.
Good. John, just so you know, I had sent you the email that I hadn't.
Yes.
I do have a schedule conflict. If anything changes, I will dial in.
Thank you. Well, we do have 3, so we have a quorum. That will be
so
on.
have you sent the information for the dial-in for it?
That will go out later on this week. In this way, I'll have all the information for the dial-in as well as the attachments on one email.
All right, because I might have to dial in as well. I'll probably be driving.
Oh, you're going to dial in?
I may have to.
That's fine. We appreciate it.